Greetings, everybody. Let's do a workout. And I'm going to play adorable kittens on the screen. Is it overexposed? Can you see him? You can kind of see him. All right. Doing another workout today. This is a full body strength circuit 2, it's called. So that means we're going to be doing a bunch of stuff. That's what it means. That's the technical fitness jargon. We're going to do a bunch of stuff. Uh-oh, watch battery is low again. It's got enough. 14%. We're good.
First is 30 seconds of walking Frankenstein. Press start to begin.
Okay. Oh yeah. This is just going to be a chill, relaxing workout. I'm not even going to talk the whole time. I'm just going to work out. I say that, but who knows? I might keep talking. I just don't feel like I have much to say, but once I turn a camera on, I somehow manage to find things to say.
10 seconds left.
Okay. I had a lot of social anxiety as a kid. So that made me think of something else. I had a lot of social anxiety as a kid. And I still do, kind of, talking to strangers, just having an
Start the next set.
What is this? I've done this once before. It's kind of a new stretch thing for me. The standing balance lateral toe tap. Hey, hey-o.
10 seconds left.
A lot of social anxiety. I think it resulted from just having this unplanned conversation. Like, how am I supposed to know what to say?
That's time.
I think I always wanted
Next is 30 seconds of
a plan. I wanted someone to tell me what to say. I wanted a guide. And
start the next set.
What I didn't realize was if you just pause and you wait, you will come up with something to say. If you just let it happen, you will come up with something to say, or the other person will. And just let the conversation flow. Let the pauses happen. I think I was afraid of pauses, of silence.
10 seconds left.
And now, I'm still kind of that way, but less so. And I realize I think I've learned a lot just by turning a camera on with no plan.
Up next is
and starting talking. I'll start talking, and then a thing I say makes me think of something else.
Start the next set.
Social anxiety as a kid. And the conversation continues. Most of the time I have literally no plan for these videos except to do the workout.
10 seconds left.
And so just turning a camera on, I've discovered that if I just let my mind wander, one thought will lead to another.
8 reps of dumbbell goblet squat with 45
But it doesn't have to. The lack of pressure is really the key here. I could just sit here in silence, and that would be fine. I find that I guess when I have a camera, I often have a lot to say. I say that now, but in the back of my mind, I'm like, okay, I keep saying I have a lot to say. Now I'm putting the pressure on that I'm going to talk the whole time. And that's probably going to lead me to just stop talking. Oops. Am I supposed to have 45 pounds for that? Okay, let's do that again. But I really have no plan except to do the workout. I can talk about. I'm probably gonna end up talking the whole video. Don't worry about it. Lost count. This is the first day after 30,000 step challenge.
Up next is 6 reps per side of alternating dumbbell bench press with 45 pounds in each hand.
I don't have to do 30,000 steps today. It's what time is it? 4:45 p.m. I probably have 4,000 steps right now. I didn't use the standing treadmill desk. I mean, what would a sitting treadmill desk be?
Start the next set.
I didn't use the treadmill desk. And just took it easy today. I'm going to walk to the grocery store after this. So I'll probably end up at least getting 5,000, maybe 6,000 or 7,000 steps. It'd be great to get 10,000 every day. But I am finding I have like a little bit of extra energy because I'm not doing the 30,000. And you know what? It's kind of nice. What is this? 4, 5, 6. Okay.
In 35 seconds, do 8 reps of dumbbell goblet squat with 45 pounds.
Okay, I will. So, it's pretty good not doing 30,000. I think 1, 2. But I did find myself, so a lot of the month, I was walking in a circle in the kitchen to get the steps, just walking around a lot.
It's time for 8 reps of dumbbell goblet squat with 45 pounds.
I found myself today, like when I was making coffee and such.
Up next is 6 reps per side of alternating dumbbell bench press with 45 pounds in each hand.
Walking around in that same circle. Just sheer habit. For no reason. So I might have a little bit of restless energy in there. I mean, hopefully it sticks around. Hopefully.
Start the next set.
I do find though when I do these challenges that 1, 2, it doesn't take long after the challenge is over to slip back into my old ways, like more or less. I think every challenge has led to permanent improvements in my life. But I'm never fully keeping every challenge.
In 35 seconds, do 8 reps of dumbbell goblet squat with 45 pounds.
And nor do I want to. I don't want to have to force discipline on myself all the damn time. I like enjoying life as well. And I don't... 1. And largely I'm in control of my habits, my addictions, my vices. I'm pretty good at not letting those things get out of hand.
8 reps of dumbbell goblet squat.
Oh, that was only, I think that was only 6. 7, 8, there we go. But I drink less because of the year of no alcohol. I look at my phone less. I still restrict Twitter on my phone until like after 4 p.m. every day.
Of alternating dumbbell bench press.
And I don't even check it. Like I don't even miss it, really. I do actually go into it once in a while if there's something specific I'm looking for. But largely I'm fine without. It's not that hard. Probably because of the year of quitting it.
Start the next set.
More conscious of everything, all the sugar in everything because of the month of no added sugar. I'm more conscious of just my internet usage. I'm more conscious of... I walk more. I'm more likely to walk.
In 35 seconds, do 8 reps of staggered stance dumbbell Romanian deadlift with 20 pounds in each hand.
20 pounds, okay. These workouts they were never a month-long challenge, but it was a sort of challenge where I said, I'm going to get ripped. And I made a video about it, and then another one. about the days I had worked out.
It's time for 8 reps of
And
staggered stance dumbbell Romanian deadlift with 20 pounds at each.
it was probably somewhat motivated by YouTube, by the video making, doing the workouts, but also just general health. What is this for? And this has been a profound, permanent change. Is the
Looking good?
the workouts. I rarely miss a workout.
Up
Which
next
is-
is 8 reps of staggered stance dumbbell Romanian deadlift with 20 pounds
I
each.
told myself I was gonna try to get ripped for a video, so I just started, and I got continued long enough to stay in the habit. Plus, the Copilot sponsorship,
Start the next set.
the app I'm using right now, Copilot. They're not sponsoring this video. They're not telling me to do this. This WheezyNews videos. This is just how I work out, and because of this app and their help, like I've continued. It's because it's easier to have someone else map out the workouts for me. Make sure I'm doing a balance of lots of different muscles and
Up next is 10 reps of inch work.
giving me workouts that I was unaware of, because I'm unaware of all of them, because I'm completely dumb when it comes to fitness. I know a little more now from just doing it, but inchworm.
Start the next set.
2, 1, that's 1. 2. I feel like I have more energy right now because I don't have like 20,000 steps going on. 3. 4. 5. So I know it's not for everyone, 6, but challenging myself for a limited time has really helped me, I think. 7. 8. 9. Okay, this is now taking its toll a little bit. 10. Okay. Okay. Moving on.
In 35 seconds, do 8 reps of staggered stance dumbbell Romanian deadlift with 20 pounds at each hand. Left side.
Looks like I'm going to be doing that 3 times. Maybe. Staggered Romanian deadlift. Is this how they deadlift in Romania? 2, 3, 4.
It's time for 8 reps of staggered stance dumbbell Romanian deadlift
think-
with 20 pounds at each hand.
I'm just more likely to do something if I give myself a daily challenge. Often it has to be daily too. Like if it's weekly, I can fall off.
Up next is 8 reps of staggered stance dumbbell Romanian deadlift with 20 pounds.
Weekly
at each
can work though. For a while I was doing Wheezy Mondays on this channel. Just told myself every Monday I'm going to put a video up here on this channel. And that lasted a long time because of just that regularity. Like that's what I learned about when I first started Wheezy Waiter. Just telling myself every weekday I'm gonna do a video. So that way it's like you're circumventing perfectionism and just ideas and planning and everything. You're just cutting out all of the middle stuff to just get something made. It's like every weekday I'm gonna have a thing done, because some days I'm not gonna feel motivated, I'm not gonna feel like I have time or I have a good idea,
Up
It
next
just-
is 10 reps of inchworm.
Just starting, the act of starting generates ideas. Just like when I turn the camera on and I start talking, I don't even know what I'm going to talk about.
Start the next set.
So like, just having regular, these videos, okay, I've just decided every time I work out, I'm just going to turn the camera on. And now I've made, how many of these have I made now? I don't know. A bunch. With no plan. No plan every time. Just, I'm going to turn the camera on and I'm going to talk. In general, I think that's how creativity mostly works. I mean, now, obviously, like some of the greatest things, like great movies, great works of art, great books, a lot of them were a result of years of planning and thinking about and organizing. But I think that is less likely. A less likely result is something great from that process. Stephen King, for instance, is his writing is much more a result of the style I'm talking about. He just sets himself a goal of, it might be different now, but it used to be like 2,000 words a day. Most of the time he doesn't know where his books are going. He has an idea, but he just starts, and every day he writes that chunk of words until the story comes.
In 35 seconds,
Granted,
do 8 reps of staggered
I've never
stance
read much
dumbbell
Stephen King,
Romanian
and
deadlift with 20 pounds in each hand. Left side.
I wouldn't say I'm a huge fan, and he gets criticized for particularly his endings because he doesn't, I've heard this anyway, because he doesn't know where they're going. He doesn't have an ending in mind when he starts. That said, he is a world-famous, world-renowned writer and has been for decades.
It's
You
time
know
for 8 reps
his
of
style,
staggered stance dumbbell
you know
Romanian deadlift with
the
20
feeling
pounds
of
in
a
each
Stephen King book or movie. He put himself out in the world. He does it every day without a plan. I mean, he might have some kind of plan, but it's pretty loose. And that's, I go back and forth in that when I think about creativity in that way. That's the way my channel used to work for the first, from like 2007 to 2018.
Up
For,
next is
I guess,
8 reps of
first
staggered stance
11
dumbbell
years.
Romanian deadlift with 20 pounds in each hand. Right side.
Nowadays, my videos tend to have a little more forethought, but because I think
Start the next
YouTube in
set.
general has changed to want more long form, and the subscriber model isn't as important as it used to be. It's much more about just getting attention with thumbnails and titles and concepts. When people go to YouTube, they're looking, I think in general, most people are looking for something specific, something helpful.
Up next is 10 reps of inchworm.
So a random Wheezy video about whatever on my mind in that moment that's full of non sequiturs. There are some of you who would like that, but it's harder to build a career on that. So main channel is kind of, I know I talk about this stuff a lot, but this is just what's on my mind all the time, I guess. One. Two. But I think it's healthy, especially when you're first starting, and maybe I should do it more, to think of creativity or being productive in any way that you are trying to be as exercise. Showing up in the moment with whatever you got and making something, doing something. Regardless of mood, motivation, the regularity, the consistency. That's what exercise, when done right, is. I don't feel...
In 35 seconds, do
I don't
12
think I
reps
did
of dumbbell reverse
10 there, but okay, that's enough. I don't feel like exercising all the time. Some days I'm tired, some days I'm busy. Just show up and get what you got. I keep preaching this same idea. Just show up,
15 pounds at each hand.
do what you can. Don't worry about being perfect. Don't even worry about having a plan. Just being productive and putting yourself out there is not just about sitting back and calculating the best way to do a thing. It's doing the thing.
Looking good?
Same thing with fitness. Well, you can do it so wrong that you injure yourself, just like with creativity. You could do it so wrong that you perjure yourself, get yourself in trouble, cancel yourself.
Up next is 6 reps of dumbbell standing Iowa YT with 15 pounds in each hand.
I don't think I'm worried that I'm in that camp, but so yeah, you gotta put a little thought into it. But okay, 6 of these. It's like this. 1, 2, whew. 3, 4. I talk about this a lot because it's not how I used to think. It's the epiphany I had when I started Wheezy Waiter, and it changed my life. To just decide that, just like the main channel video I just put out there.
Hammer curl to press with 15 pounds in each.
You're never gonna feel ready. I think I waited a long time because the stars did not align for showing the world how good I could be with film and video. Until one day, the real motivation wasn't some epiphany of an idea. It was a simple idea. I'm going to make a bunch of videos about being a waiter, have funny jokes about being a waiter, or whatever I want. And made very loose plan. And just, this was before people did this for a living. So it wasn't an obvious road to success or anything. But I just had the epiphany that this is the best I'm ever going to do. This is the best, as ready as I'll ever be. So just do it. And then it took like 3 years before anything really happened. It became my full-time job. So it obviously wasn't like an immediate success, but it was the right choice. It was the right path. Just make things. Don't worry. What am I waiting for? I'm not going to get any better than I am. I might be able to come up with some brilliant video idea if I sit and think about it for a while and then work on it for a long time. Ultimately, I think that would be worth less. Whatever the result of that is would be worth less than like 40 videos, 40 unplanned videos. So that's why I keep talking about this, because it's the mentality that led here. It's the mentality that keeps me going. Why are we on Bluey now?
Do 12 reps of dumbbell reverse fly with 15 pounds in each hand.
Bluey's great. Love Bluey. And I think I keep talking about this to keep convincing myself this. Almost every bit of advice I give on the internet is mostly for me. It's me telling myself things.
It's time for 12 reps of dumbbell reverse fly with 15 pounds in each hand.
Like, if I sat and thought about it, there are a million reasons I could tell myself to not put this video up, to be embarrassed by this ramble,
Up next is 6 reps
this free
of dumbbell
association
YT with 15 pounds
that
in
I
each
do. Maybe I should edit it. Maybe I should cut it up. Maybe cut out that part, because that part isn't. I don't necessarily believe that 100%, or it wasn't artfully expressed.
Start the next set.
I could easily let those thoughts in, and then not put this video up, or the last whatever 10 or 15 that I've done of these. I don't know how many. I say put them up. I say to myself, put them up. Turn those thoughts off.
Looking good?
I tend to be someone who isn't going to say offensive things, things that are going to get me in trouble, luckily. So, I don't know. I can just do this. Okay, that's probably enough of those. Yeah, that's enough of those. I think very little about how many of these I do.
Up next is 12 reps of dumbbell hammer curl to press with 15 pounds in each.
Intuitive lifting, we'll call it. Get a suggestion from the phone on what to do.
Start the next set.
And then just kind of try to do it, but maybe not. I usually can do most of the things it tells me to do. Just not all the reps sometimes. And that is fine. It'd be silly to convince yourself that you're failing because you're not hitting all the reps that it tells you. It's arbitrary. Wait, the battery on this camera's dying. Ugh. Well, we're almost at a half hour anyways, which is when it would stop. So I'm going to stop it, change the battery. All right, I'm going to attempt to actually not talk for a little while. It seems like it's harder for me to not talk, so let's try that.
Looking good? Up next is 6 reps of dumbbell standing Iowa YT with 15 pounds in each hand. Start the next set. Up next is 12 reps of dumbbell hammer curl to press with 15 pounds in each hand. Start the next set. In 35 seconds, do 30 seconds of pec stretch. Left side.
So Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. A while ago when it came out, got into the game. Ada liked watching me. China liked watching. China started playing. China never plays video games. She got into Tears of the Kingdom and plays it. And played it.
Left.
We ended up getting all the shrines, all the light roots, and beat the game a while ago. And then out of the blue, a few weeks ago,
that's time.
Ada
Up next
was like,
is 30 seconds of pec stretch.
let's play Zelda. Or no, she said, play Zelda. She told me to play Zelda. She wanted to watch. So I started again. We started over. We're all back into it again. You can say what you want about Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. I mean, some people don't like it. I think they are some of the greatest games ever made. My one major criticism, I wouldn't call it major, but my biggest criticism of both.
That's time. Up next is 30 seconds of Spider-Man stretch.
Particularly Tears of the Kingdom.
Start the next set.
Is that they're easy. They're a little easy for me. They're not for hardcore gamers. I wouldn't call myself a hardcore gamer, but I am someone who's played video games since I was a kid. And for someone who plays a decent amount of video games, it is pretty easy. If you're looking for a challenge, it has challenging parts, but it's not super hard.
That's time. Up next is 30 seconds of Spider-Man.
Breath of the Wild
right side.
is a little more challenging, but and can be made more challenging. You can like do a harder version of it. I don't know if you can do that with Tears of the Kingdom yet, but other than that, I think it is a near perfect couple of games. I think the criticisms people have totally valid. I get it, but personally, I think it's so brilliantly designed to be enjoyed by the most people. The controls.
That's time. Up next is 30 seconds.
The amount of things you can do, and the ways you can manipulate the world, and the ways you can control it. It's so intuitive. It's so smooth. And there are bugs, sure, but it's not nearly as buggy as a game that is so much interaction that is so interactive would normally have. Like it's such a tightly made couple of games. And yeah, people could bring up examples of where it's not, but it's so enormous that of course there's going to be examples.
Up next is 30 seconds of Lion Ham.
And the fact that
right side.
I'm not really a rewatcher of movies much, and I'm not really a replayer of video games once I beat them. I came back to this one and it's just as fun. It's fun just controlling, using the controls, moving Link around in the world. It's so easy, it's so smooth, and like, it's not clunky at all. It just feels good to just control the game. I love it. And
that's time.
I mean, I've always loved Zelda games.
30 seconds of figure four stretch. Left side.
Before Breath of the Wild, I would say my favorite was the very first one, which is which is pretty hard, especially if you don't know where anything is. Very first one, A Link to the Past, Zelda 64, to me are probably the best ones.
10 seconds left.
Wind Waker, I didn't even get all the way through. Like I got pretty far and then I just got bored. The other ones, they're hit or miss, I think. But
up next is 30 seconds of figure four.
Breath of the Wild came out, and I'm like, wow, I can't decide if this is the best one or the very first one. And now Tears of the Kingdom, which I think I like even more. But I don't know why I bring it up, just because we're playing it now again, and it's enjoyable. I know a lot of you would like this, but and maybe I will. I think about just doing a whole Let's Play of the whole Tears of the Kingdom. I think it might be more fun to do a Let's Play with it now that I've already Beat
That's
it?
time. Up next is 30 seconds of straddle stretch.
Rather than discovering it as I play, because
Start the next
I've done that before and that's kind of fun, but I liked that I got to enjoy it by myself first, and now I'm really comfortable with the controls, and I feel like it could be more enjoyable to play it for an audience. Okay, let's see. I still have a ways to go when it comes to doing the splits.
10 seconds left.
And maybe I will. Maybe I will do a Let's Play. Here's the thing.
Time. Nice job. Press submit to finish.
I have a Wheezy Gamer channel. Wheezy Gamer, it's called. Which I did all of Breath of the Wild. Which I forget. I forget that I did that. That's how I played through that. Was on YouTube. On that channel. But if I do it again, if I do a Tears of the Kingdom playthrough, I might just do it on this channel. I don't want to have so many channels, active channels going on. Plus, that one's not partnered anymore, and less people. It's forgotten. I think more people would find it if I do it on this one, and more people will enjoy it. Many of you probably won't enjoy it, but I think a lot of you who just enjoy me rambling through a workout will still enjoy it because it'll be the same thing. It'll be me rambling, but with more of a video game objective. So if I do it, I might do it on this channel. How do you feel about that? And that's it. Check out my main channel video, 7 Harsh Truths That You Probably Need to Hear, is what it's called, I believe. There's upcoming video will probably be the 30,000 steps video when it's done. That might be in a few weeks, couple weeks. And I'm working on that video going out. I went out and inspected bridges with my engineer friend about how do we know our bridges aren't falling down. I don't know, it'd be some kind of title like that. That'll be coming up. I don't know why I'm telling you all of this now. I'm just thinking, I'm just making plans out loud, I guess. That's what I'm working on these days. And I might be dabbling in shorts. I'm wearing shorts, obviously, but video shorts on the main channel might be coming up here soon, which might at first be kind of like summaries of other challenges I've done, but just like updated. And then maybe other random thoughts that I have. But that's where I'm at. This has been a fun, chill workout. We even had a stretch of time not talking. So awesome. Thumbnail. I don't know. Why do I have to have a surprise face? Let's just have a regular face. I can't do a regular face. Yeah, I can. That's not regular. I don't know. Okay, can I do a totally, completely regular, normal expression? I don't even know what that is, but. That is a completely unexpressive expression. Do I want that though? Probably not. I don't know. How about this? How about this? How about this? No. Something like that. Okay. Thanks for sticking around. Thanks for listening to me blather on, or just have me in the background and kind of ignore me. Look at that auto ISO. Getting darker there. Let's see how dark. Yeah, now the ISO is as dark as it goes, but the iris is still lighter. Let's make the iris darker. Wait, no, that's the ISO. Let's okay. Where's the? Why isn't it? What's going on? Oh yeah, okay, here we go. All right, now we'll make it. This is as dark as we can go. That's very dark. We go right there. Do you guys want to learn something about here? Let me teach you something right now. So ISO, it's just like a digital way of brightening things. So that's not an iris, that's an ISO. That's like a digital gain. And the iris is like the thing that closes and opens at the end of the lens. When that is, okay, so we're gonna make the digital gain as bright as it goes. Well, yeah, okay, that's as bright as it goes. Now we're gonna make the iris as bright as it goes. So the iris, really bright, it opened up wide and let all the light in. When it does that, that when the iris is really wide, it's like squinting your eyes. When you squint your eyes, that means your iris is closed. That people do that to make things in focus. When they can't see things, you squint so that you make something in focus. That's the same thing on a camera. So if I bring the digital gain down, this isn't the iris, this is the digital gain. But and then I open the iris wide as it goes. The background, see the background there? It's slightly out of focus because the iris is not squinting. It's really wide. Now, if I bring the digital gain way up, just so you can see, this is not the iris, and then I close the iris down, I'm squinting. Look, it's getting more in focus in the back. You see that? You see that? I mean, granted, the autofocus changed a little, but it's still on me now. The autofocus is focusing on my forehead, and the background is in focus. That's how you get deep focus. With a lot of light, or digital light in this case, and a closed iris. But a lot of people want that blurry background. So to get a blurry background, you don't need a lot of light. You just need a really wide iris. And maybe a telephoto lens like that. See, now it's a blurry background. You see? Did I teach you something about deep focus? Maybe. A lot of you already knew, I'm sure. I taught you something actually practically useful if you're into cameras. Okay, bye.